An invention, a creation, an inspiration, well, like he says, it doesn't have the smell of a human being. It's not human, and without that, no AI will ever get a copyright. But you quickly understand that this near-death experience and this creation DABUS is still around. And it has emotions? Where does it get the experience? That's what I want to know. Where does the experience I hate the word data, but where does the experience and how does it train itself? I mean, I'm using the current context of LLM, so I'm not trying to compare. I know these are different things. But where does it get its experience to draw to start forming the ideas and shaping the new ideas?
Well, I mean, how did you get your experience, right? You grew up with parents, and your parents had a lot of mentorship in your upbringing, educators, and so forth.
Yeah.
But you went to school in Boulder, right? Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
California.
input too. So if you were to come up with a copyrightable work of art or a new invention, do they get credit? So a little bit of background is needed, and it has to do with why we're really inventing something as opposed to tying words together as the big chatbots do.
Yeah.
When it creates an idea, it's not a flat representation of it, a word. For the most part, we're inventing significance to what we're looking at.
Yeah.
It's like organic chemistry. You're creating the carbon base in a polymer
Yeah.
or an organic compound. And what happens is you see tendrils growing off of those that represent the consequences of anything.
Hmm.
And when you combine them, well, if you have an eyeball within the brain that's roving over these different neuromodules, that sees not only the base concept, but it also sees the repercussions growing from the main chain, the ideational chain.
Yeah.
So it's not a flat representation. It's not a culturally introduced term. It's the thing consisting of A, B, C, and D
Mhm.
that produces the result, sort of like a Native American saying the locomotive, the steel buffalo rolling across the plains on tracks of steel. Um, they never really say train,
Right.
they describe it functionally, which is a much stronger idea. So that's why this is more creativity, conception than
Hmm.
what you'd see when words are combined, when tokens are combined in an
Yeah.
LLM or a transformer. So it's a much
Yeah.
deeper process, and we don't have a flat representation
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
concepts from the world.
But you're using multimodal input, obviously. I mean, how does a human learn? The baby starts looking around, processing I'm not comparing it, same thing, but it's really, I really understand the basis there. And is most of what you're doing then, would they be considered in, I don't want to compare it to LLMs, but would you be working more with synthetic data than like the idea of pouring, the history of the world into some intelligence?
I'd like to, but I don't have the $100 million investment to start that process. So, for the most part, I use synthetic data when I'm going to 600 trillion parameter systems because I don't have the trainers, the human trainers out there to go ahead and add their opinions about, a prompt and response pair
Yeah.
or millions of prompt response pairs. So, yeah, it learns on its own. There is no human input adding an opinion, which is a major stumbling block for the press that talks about DABUS having prompts. There are no prompts. So, what it does is run autonomously. It's like an evolutionary algorithm, and it builds up thoughts. It contemplates its world and spits back what it sees as significant.